This storm system is getting stronger, and it's going to get even stronger as we go through the evening. Plus, now I'm showing that this next storm system that's coming through for Wednesday, Thursday, maybe even a portion of a severe weather risk coming out for Friday towards the South Central is going to be, if not close, maybe stronger than this outbreak that we just had with EF3s, even EF4s, everybody. So as we look at the outlook right now, we have a lot of intense storms starting to raise up. We're starting to get chances for snow. We get chances for the freezing rain as well as these storms come across Wisconsin, starting to go towards Michigan. Plus, look what's happening over here towards Illinois, going towards Indiana. So you can see what's happening right now. We have all our thunderstorms moving towards the east from Illinois, going towards Indiana. A lot of alerts, a lot of storm cells. Plus, it's moving across from Missouri, going towards southern Illinois. A lot of storm cells, tornado warning on some of them, bringing a lot of hail with these. Plus, we're moving over here for the south. So we have a lot of storms moving over the coast of Mississippi. Some of them tornado warned as well. Also over here for southern Alabama, the panhandle of Florida. And we have a lot of water spouts, everyone. So that's what this blue mark is right here, showing that there's possible water spouts that's offshore. Is a tornado. It's just a tornado over water. And you're getting the same problems over here towards Florida. So you're getting some tornado warned cells over here for southern Florida. Also severe thunderstorms, which is with the yellow. But look at the blue. The blue hatch is popping over here by Miami. The blue hatch is over here by Spring Hill. This is water spouts. This is water spouts that's going to be classified as a tornado on land. It is a tornado, but it's over water. So it's all very volatile right now, and it's going to get stronger. I have some good information for y'all. Plus, what's coming behind this is going to be even stronger. I have a lot of good information I really need to show you. And you can see with the latest model run with HRRR, it is about the same. Plus, these cells that's moving through over here from Missouri, northern Arkansas, going through southern Illinois, a little bit of western Tennessee, western Kentucky. There is a big outlook for these storms as they move further towards the east. Also, look at this big line that congeals later. Once we get around 8 o'clock tonight, you still have the freezing rain, you have the thunderstorms for northern Michigan, you still have the snow that's going to pivot into Wisconsin. But this line of storms right here is getting pretty severe, everyone. All the way from northwestern Ohio, very strong thunderstorms coming through, all the way down through southern Indiana, southern Illinois, western Kentucky, western Tennessee. Very strong storms, even bring chances for very large hail with that, showing chances for oranges, maybe even apples to fall out of that as that goes through the evening. So be aware of that. Now, as we go through for around 9 o'clock, this is where the storms move a little bit further towards the north as far as Michigan, the UP, your freezing rain, your snow, your thunderstorms. It's all going to be gone once you go from 8 to 9 o'clock. You get a little bit more snow. It's still going to be for the UP a little bit longer after that. But the line of storms that's moving all the way from Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, this is going to go later in the evening. So once you get around 10 or 11 o'clock, you're still going to have thunderstorms bringing damage and winds for Indiana, Ohio, but your severe risk is going to move even lower over here for Tennessee and Kentucky, while you get this line of storms still moving all the way from Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas, western Tennessee. But look at this line of storms. As you go overnight, now you're talking about nocturnal. Now here it is at midnight. You got a lot of storms moving through far northern Maine for New England. You have a lot of good storms moving through western Pennsylvania, western New York, also for Ohio. But over here from Kentucky, going all the way down through Tennessee, still a big line of hail cores coming through. So you're going to have a lot of QLCS tornado warnings, everyone. So you're going to have a quasi-linear convective system where it could have a tornado inside of this, still showing all the way to early in the morning, all the way through northern Mississippi, northern Louisiana, all the way through Texas. Hail cores all through it. As you go by early in the morning, look how it moves more towards Louisiana, southern Arkansas, northern Mississippi. You still have it for Kentucky. You still have it for Tennessee. But now it's moving further south where you can get a QLCS tornado in this line of storms, everybody. So now we're talking about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, overnight into the morning. Look, you still have the strong storms coming through. Now it's starting to move by West Virginia, starting to go by eastern Kentucky, eastern Tennessee. There's going to be regular thunderstorms. And this fact, now it's going to be further towards the south. Now it's really going to be all the way from central Tennessee and south with your QLCS tornado possibilities as you go by for tomorrow morning. Still some very nasty hail cores all in these storms, everybody. But as you get by for tomorrow morning, then you get a daytime heating. Then you get the damage and winds kicking in again. Really over here for Louisiana, Mississippi, going through Alabama, you still have hail cores with those as well. But as you go through the morning, it's going to keep going. Look at this line all the way from Birmingham, Alabama, all the way through New Orleans, all the way towards the West Bank. Hail cores all through there, bringing chances for damage and winds as well. And now we're going by 9, 10, and 11 o'clock, bringing a lot of strong storms all the way from Louisiana, all the way across Mississippi and Alabama, and is going towards northern Georgia right there. So as we push this through here, all the way from 9, 10 o'clock, all the way to 11 o'clock, all the way towards northern Georgia, going through Alabama to Florida, Panhandle as well. Once you get around noon and 1 o'clock, this is where it expands a little bit more. So now you have it pushing off into the Gulf. You have it for the Florida Panhandle, going through far southern Alabama, through central Georgia. But now you have it coming through South Carolina, upstate, through western North Carolina as you go through for tomorrow evening. Still bringing you hail cores all the way through where you can get a QLCS tornado. You cannot rule that out. All the way to 4 and 5 o'clock in the evening. Then it's finally going to push further towards the east. But this is where your storms pick up over here towards the mid-Atlantic, towards the northeast, as you go by for tomorrow. Showing it will go by western North Carolina, but once it goes towards Virginia, West Virginia, into Pennsylvania, this is where your storms start picking up for 7, 8 o'clock for tomorrow. Also goes by for New Jersey, Maryland, Delaware, all across Long Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, southern Vermont, southern New Hampshire, southern Maine, and for Rhode Island. A lot of storms coming all the way till tomorrow night with that transition. Plus, Florida, after you get these storms for tonight, all the way to 9, 10 o'clock, maybe even a little bit towards 11, a little isolated towards midnight. When this front comes by for tomorrow, it's going to stretch all the way from the Florida Panhandle, and it's going to bring a lot of chances for these strong cells to really robust cells that come up. You have a lot of strong hail cores in there as well as you're going by for tomorrow night. All the way from South Carolina, the coast of Georgia, and for eastern Florida, showing that your cells really ramp up for a strong moment all the way from 4 p.m. all the way towards 7 and 8 o'clock. So please be aware that it's going to be strong all the way until it pushes offshore, everyone. But by then, this is where that next storm system is coming in for the West Coast. So now you're going to start feeling it for California, for Oregon, starting to get some strong banding coming along as this pushes further towards the east. And this is where this storm really gets strong. Now you can see where the winds really pick up for this storm system, where it gets all the way from the 50 to 60, even to 70 miles per hour wind gusts. The 70 is that brown. Even maybe some strong storm cells for northern Indiana, where it could go all the way towards the 80 and 90 and really spark up maybe a tornado out of that. But look how it goes all the way for the evening as you go by 7 o'clock and moving on all the way to the 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock event for Tennessee and Kentucky. This is where you get a lot of strong winds as well, going all the way across Indiana, western Ohio. Then it starts moving across Kentucky, southern Missouri, eastern Arkansas, and then it starts going towards West Virginia. Then it has what happens in the morning with these storm cells. And this is going to go further towards the southeast and more towards the mid-Atlantic, showing it's bringing a lot of damage and winds with these storm cells. So please be aware of this, as it's going to be powerful. But this is nothing compared to the next one. But those cells that I showed you going all the way from Missouri and Arkansas and moving west towards western Tennessee, western Kentucky. This is where they have their latest mesoscale discussion, showing that you have chances for 140 to 170 miles per hour tornadoes, everyone. So this is chances for EF3 going towards EF4 tornadoes possibility. Hail, 2 inches to 3.5 inches. Now you're talking about oranges and possible apples, while your winds go all the way from 65 to 80 miles per hour wind gusts. And your threat has ramped up some more. So now you have the enhanced feature going all the way into Michigan, and this is for the winds. The winds have really picked up, just like the ones I showed you earlier. Now you have a 45% area. So here's your cities and states at risk for the damage and wind threat as you go through tonight, also through tomorrow morning. Plus your hail is still the same area of the hail. It has stretched a little further into Texas with that significant severe, that black hatched area that's 2 inches at least in diameter. So here's your cities and states at risk for the hail threat as you go through tonight and tomorrow morning. Plus your tornado threat. You have the significant severe still, this EF2 or greater. And remember, you do have that hatched area for EF3 or EF4 are possible in these storm cells. But here's your cities and states at risk for the tornado threat as you go through tonight and tomorrow morning, confirming that it will be multiple swaths of widespread damage and winds that's going to go over these same areas. Not only large, but very large hail. And several tornadoes will occur with these supercells. A few of these could be strong tornadoes. Plus, as we go into tomorrow, it has grown as well. Even your tornado threat all the way from Louisiana all the way towards the northeast. Now it's a bigger area for your threat, everyone. So here's your cities and states at risk for tornado threat as you go through for Monday. You still have the hail threat, mostly for that area where I showed you all those hail cores. So here's your cities and states at risk for the hail threat as you go through Monday. But your wind threat is going to be all the way towards the northeast once again. So here's your cities and states at risk for the damaging winds that's going to continue for tomorrow. And the winds aloft is not super strong, but you have enough of winds aloft that's bringing you this big threat as it goes across Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, and pivots towards Ohio as well, some of Kentucky, some of Michigan. Then it goes up for tomorrow out through Canada. So look at this next storm system. Look how much stronger it has gotten. So as you go through Tuesday evening into Wednesday, bringing very strong winds. Matter of fact, if you look at the wind threat, it's going all the way up almost 130 knot winds again. So now we're looking at 140 plus miles per hour winds at the 500 millibar level. If you remember from that last one that we had, that was a big outbreak. I told you there was going to be stronger ones coming. Remember, we're just at the end of March, the very beginning of April, and we're looking like May already out here. So we're seeing the same intensity as that comes across, and this will help keep a lot of strong tornadoes, a strong updraft as well, large hail as you go through for Wednesday into Thursday as that comes through again with more strong winds. Maybe even a section for Friday, but it'd be more along the south central. But these winds right here is unbelievable, and they're powerful, everybody. Look at these winds. This is with the Euro. This is with the GFS. They're both in the same agreement that we're going to see this big problem come out of this next storm system. Please be aware this one's going to be just as strong, if not a little bit stronger, than this outbreak that we just had. And if you look at the lower level winds, 850 millibars, you can see that it goes further down into the atmosphere as you go through Wednesday. So all the thunderstorms that brew up, there's going to be a lot of strong winds on them all the way from Wednesday and into Thursday as well. That goes towards the interior northeast. So there is a lot of strong winds all the way from the 500 millibar level, all the way down towards the 850 millibar level, all the way towards the surface with some strong damaging winds, everybody. Now look at this. Your lift, your instability as you go from Tuesday into Wednesday still grows all the way into Canada, past the UP of Michigan. As you go through Wednesday, as you go through Thursday, it's still going to be from the mid-Mississippi Valley out through the mid-Atlantic and south. And as you go through Friday, you still might have a little bit of a little south central storm that could keep going. I'm showing the storms could still last for Friday into Saturday. It all depends what the temperatures are off. There could be some caps. I will keep you updated. But the same scenario is bringing strong dew points all the way up. So now we're talking about dew points that's in the 60s, raising way up, still 70s along the Gulf Coast, everyone. So now you have a lot of strong winds aloft. You have a lot of strong instability. You have a lot of dew points in the atmosphere where you definitely going to have a lot of thunderstorms. Even get the 70s coming towards southern Arkansas as you go through Wednesday evening. And as you go through Thursday, it will pivot. As you go from Thursday, it will be all the way from Texas, all the way across the mid-Mississippi Valley, and it will pivot all the way towards the mid-Atlantic and a little bit towards the northeast. It will be there for Friday and Saturday as well, but it all depends on the temperatures. So I will keep you updated. But this atmosphere will be primed, just like this outbreak we just had, everybody. This storm will be stronger than what you have right now. And it's going to start early. So as you go through early in the morning for Wednesday, you're already going to get a lot of strong storms building. This is going to bring a lot of chances for large hail and chances for tornadoes as well. As you go all the way towards early in the morning, now it's starting to go all the way towards the Midwest. So now you're talking around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. You're getting a line of storms all the way from Texas, all the way towards Missouri, western Illinois. While you get more freezing rain, more snow, even possible blizzards coming out of that, and more storms going from Wisconsin, going all the way into Michigan as you go through the afternoon. Bringing a second line of storms for eastern Ohio Valley. That's going to go towards the interior northeast as well. While you still have these storms brewing all the way from Texas, all the way through Illinois. And now we're going hours and hours, everyone, overnight into Thursday with the same scenario. Storms all the way from Texas, all the way across towards Indiana, Ohio. And these are going to be very strong storms. Matter of fact, very large hail and a lot more of these storms than what we have for the system we have now. All the way for Thursday and Thursday evening, bringing the storms across again. And look at this. It goes all the way into Friday with another potential surface low building up all the way into Saturday. So I will keep you updated. It's starting to look like we have a pretty significant event that's going to last definitely more than a day or two. Still showing is bringing the widespread damage and winds across all the way from California and Oregon, all the way across towards the interior Northeast, bringing that 40 to 50 miles per hour wind gusts. GFS is still showing a little bit stronger of a scenario. Now look at this. As you look at what we're dealing with now, we have all the thunderstorms, all the lightning strikes coming with this, and we have the robust that's going on right here for Arkansas going towards Missouri. We got the outlook for this. Chances for oranges, maybe apples, coming out of this storm system. A big, strong updraft, a lot of lightning strikes. And this is the max that you have on your legend, all the way through Texas as well. Now, look as you go through tonight, showing it's going to build up again over here for northern Louisiana. Chances for large hail to come out of those storms, all the way for southern Arkansas again. And into the early morning hours, it's going to go all the way from eastern Texas through Louisiana and some of Mississippi. Look at all the white, even Alabama. Look at all the white in those lightning strikes. Now, this is why I'm showing you this. As we get this next storm system, look how much of a widespread event we're going to have just on that fact. So as you go through Tuesday evening, you have the outlook for the significant severe, and look at all the white in these lightning strikes. A lot of chances for large hail coming through for Kansas, eastern Nebraska, going through northern Missouri while you go through Wednesday morning. Then you get that line of storms. Maybe a QLCS tornado could come out of this, but look how much it grows. So as you go through Wednesday morning, it really congeals over here for northern Texas, over here through Oklahoma. Chances for large hail once again, very large hail. And as you go through the morning, look how it goes all across Indiana, Ohio. Chances for large hail. Why you get that second line that grows all the way from Texas, all the way through southern Illinois, southern Indiana when you go through the afternoon. Showing the same thing. Chances for very large hail to come with all them lightning strikes, that big strong updraft. And look how long it lasts. Now you're talking about over 7,000 lightning strikes just in that shot, everyone. Now we're by 5 p.m. Going by 6, it's still hanging around. By 7, it's still there. Look at this. By 8, this is going to be a very nasty line of storms that's going to come through. As this goes all night long, building right back up as we go for Wednesday night, all the way for Texas, Arkansas, western Tennessee, western Kentucky. And it goes through Oklahoma, and it comes right back again as you go through Thursday afternoon. So here you are again with a lot of strong updrafts, a lot of white in those lightning strikes, bringing chances for large hail to very large hail once again over the same areas and lasting for hours. Look at that. That's going to be a lot in the least. Large hail that's going to come out of that all the way till Friday afternoon. Look at this. All the way until Friday night. Now we're going into Saturday. This is going to last longer than just Wednesday and a little bit on Thursday, everyone. Just on the threat of the very large hail is going to last all the way till Saturday morning. Plus, we have the chances for the strong tornadoes because we have a lot of strong winds aloft. Way stronger than the winds we're dealing with right now. This is going to be a very bad system. So here's your upgrade as you go through Tuesday. It is greatly grown because of what I showed you. Now you have this big area of significant severe, all this black hatched area, plus you have the 15% and the 5%. So here's your cities and states at risk for the severe weather outbreak that we will have for Tuesday. And shown by National Weather Service, still once again, it will be chances for large to very large hail, severe gusts, and a few tornadoes, everyone. Showing they have expanded because it could grow potentially to significant severe weather threat, everyone. Significant is where you get chances for very large hail, getting at 2-3 inches or plus, and the EF2, EF3 or greater tornadoes. Then as you go through Wednesday, you have the big 15% risk and you have the 30% risk still. Here's your cities and states at risk as you go through for Wednesday. And as you go through Thursday, we still have the 15% risk, showing you could get a 30% risk over here on the southern side of this. I will show you the latest information. So far, here's your cities and states at risk for the severe weather as we go through Thursday as well. Showing that as we go through Wednesday, widespread damage and winds and several tornadoes are expected, some possibly significant, everybody, EF3 or greater tornadoes. But look at this. This is what you have from National Weather Service for Wednesday. Look what Colorado State University shows. Not only that 30% enhanced feature, showing not only significant severe and all this black, but you could have also an upgrade to a high risk with all this 45% and a little area right here for western Tennessee. This is significant, everyone. Please be aware of this storm system. We're going to see something just like what we just had the other week. Plus, as we go into Thursday, we have our 15% area. Look at Colorado State University showing it could go up to that enhanced over here for northeast Texas, going through Arkansas, northern Mississippi, and western Tennessee. This storm will strengthen. Now, I know a lot of people need the rain, but this is going to be way too much, way too fast, and it's even gotten worse also. So many threats involved with the scenario. We have to go through this. The flooding threat, it has gotten way worse. Not only just for what comes for Northern California, Southern Oregon, what is popping up still for northeastern Texas, going through eastern Oklahoma, Arkansas, western Tennessee, western Kentucky, southeastern Missouri, southern Illinois, southern Indiana. Plus, you know how it is with all these mountains. Once it starts getting all this rain coming in, it all goes down into the valleys. Then you have a big issue. And then people scream about how they were never warned about this. It's because their local media station just fails them completely. Showing it could go anywhere from 10 to 12 inches of rainfall adding up. If you've been in flooding issues like this before, you know what this rain does. You know what this is going to do right here. Please be aware if you're in this area. Please take any precautions you can. It's going to be some bad flooding. Matter of fact, we even have an outlook now for Thursday. This is a day 5 moderate risk for flash flooding. And this is a big area for flash flooding, all the way from Arkansas, all the way towards Ohio and a little bit of West Virginia, everyone. Plus, we have that moderate risk. So please be aware this is going to be a significant event. If you're in this area, especially in this red area, please prepare for some bad flash flooding. Please, if this information has helped you in any way, think of other nice families just like yourself looking for information, trying to figure out the best way to go if they're traveling or what they're doing or what they need to prepare for. Please let them know about this system. This storm is not playing around. The one that's coming right behind it will be worse, everybody. Thank you again for your time. I appreciate every single one of y'all and hope all of you will be safe through this event. Now, before I go, a quick word from our Father, everyone. Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. May God bless you and keep you safe, everyone that is around you. May God bless you and keep you safe, everyone. Remember, all glory does go to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. And I always hope he keeps you safe every single day of your life and forever. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. Be safe, everyone.